first race, right? Because then you feel like you have to race from behind.
This race for the win's not over. We know that Barry has older right side tires than this 12 car Blaney, but the last few laps, Barry has been significantly faster than Blaney has. Blaney's saving a little bit of tires. He tried to manage his tires. That we don't know, but right now the 21 is better, Marty.
Jeff, I think Ryan Blaney's giving it all he's got right now. Tim Vito has given him Josh Berry's lap time the last couple of laps, and Blaney just came on the radio and said, tell me where he's running. So Tim Vito and his father has given Ryan Blaney that information. So lane selection, Jeff, could that be a factor here? Because Berry's not slowing down and quicker than Blaney right now.
I've seen this most of the day. The 21 of Barry didn't always have track position, but he has been fast, and much of the race he was actually faster than this 12 car. Obviously, thinking he had older right side tires, he couldn't win, but he is faster, clearly faster on corner entry. Runs up the racetrack, watch what that allows him to do on corner exit. Really carries speed onto the straight.
Wow, that last time it was obvious. If the same entry speed into one, better, not quite as big of a gap as he did in turn 3, but oh wow, and that 21 rolls the middle nice.
So Barry is forcing Blaney to run a different line. Blaney's watching his mirror, seeing Barry's faster. Now Blaney has changed what he's doing, which makes his car probably slower in an effort to slow down the 21.
On the bottom of your screen, Bell continuing to use those 4 tires, first the 2 in front, to try to get Larson for 6th. 21 car of Josh Berry got spun out earlier, Dylan, but he's all the way back to 2nd.
Yeah, and I asked Lionel Staley and crew chief, what can you guys do as a team to change your bad luck narrative? And he said, we're not really preparing any differently. We just need stuff to go our way, and I think that's represented by their day today. Their spin wasn't in stage 1 this week, it was in stage 2, but they've done exactly what they needed to do. Just get through each stage by design, like they wanted to at the start of this race, and put the full race together. Now, having a car as good as they've had certainly has probably made that a little bit easier, but they have not given up all day, and they may be rewarded here in the best way if Barry can find a way around the 12.
Jeff, let's just remember that first round. I'm definitely too low, hit the ground. I put that on the team, and Don to wreck it in the 2nd quarter. But then the next week, he gets turned by the 9, no ill will, just a mistake by Chase Elliott, wrecks the 21 at St. Louis. Then we go to Bristol, and the 21 car catches on fire because of the tire rubber. I'm not comfortable pointing to the team with that. I think that's a little bit of just bad luck. The same thing happened to Austin Cindric, but he advanced. So there could have been a worse first round, but you would forget that quickly with a victory.
The disadvantage for Josh Berry in this situation is that they have an affiliation, a very tight affiliation with Hensky. And they all work together closely. We saw the Gibbs cars. We saw Ty Gibbs and Denny Hamlin. They were having at it. Denny was like, hey, I'm the playoff guy. You're not. You should give me ground. Has this conversation happened right between these guys? How does Josh Berry handle this party battling Blaney?
Yeah, this could be a season-changing win for Ryan Blaney with 18 laps to go. So would team order Steve ever come into play right here? Because as Jeff mentioned, they come out of the same shop. Barry not in the playoffs. Blaney still fighting for a title.
I think it's very fair to expect the 21 not to hit or move the 12 out of the way. But if the orders are for the 21 not to try to win this race, then I would be extremely upset with an organization that ordered that. As a matter of fact, I feel like Roger Penske would never say that. I feel like he would say, you can't wreck each other, and you can't shoot the 12 out of line to do it.
I don't get to race each other.
But you can rate Roger Penske as a competitor. You don't win Indy 500s. You don't build the business he had without being a little bit of aggressive and a bit cutthroat. And Ryan Blaney, I think, looking at his right now, expects Josh Berry to race him for all he's worth. He doesn't expect, for him to cut him a slack. No, he doesn't. He's probably expecting to run into from behind.
Well, you can see right there, Josh Berry is trying. He was in the gas, trying a different lane on corner exit. I agree with everything you just said, Steve. I don't believe that there's team orders. You can't win this race. I do believe Josh Berry has to race him with respect, as he would because he's his teammate anyway, not just because of the point situation.
Bottom box, Chase Briscoe Racing, Austin Dillon and Denny Hamlin, his teammate right there. Meanwhile, that top box,
Earlier this year in Las Vegas, Josh Berry got his first career Cup Series victory. He is not going any further in the playoffs, but if he can get a second here today after 3 very frustrating weekends, what a story that'd be.
Both of these cars have swung a little loose. Every now and then you can see them. You see the back of the car shaking around, especially in the middle of the corner. I just saw Blaney in the middle of 1 and 2. The back of the car was really around on the car, loose. And a couple laps before that, I saw Berry with the same situation. Now, that's probably why they're so fast, right?
That's what I was saying.
Getting that car to turn and rotate with grip is a massive advantage at this racetrack.
The only fear with being loose is being tight. You kind of lose time slowly. No big moments, but with loose, you could make one big slip and the car can go by you. Here it is. I think Berry's as close as he's been.
And these two are pushing each other forward because that gap to William Byron and the gap to Joey Logano has only increased. That's Josh Berry increases the pressure.
Win.
Ryan Blaney.
You saw right there when Berry tried to turn, leave low, you saw the back of the car shake. That's both of these cars are struggling with.
Drove it in deep to turn 3. He's right on the bumper of Blaney now.
That was his ride to the last couple laps.
12 laps to go of New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Does Ryan Blaney win and lock himself into the round of 8 straight away? Or are we going to have a non-playoff driver win here in Loudon?
Blaney all the way to the bottom of the racetrack on exit. Berry followed him. Look at the entry speed, Steve.
Oh, big slide. That's the loose you were talking about. Carriage speed, the back stepped out. Blaney gains a couple car lengths. That could just as easily happen with Blaney, though. Blaney right here has to be very, very disciplined. Force the 21 to pass you. Check out how loose this 21 gets.
Trying to make ground on corner entry. Turns the car. Whoa! Stick. Has to chase it up the racetrack.
Great catch. That's a foot from looking just like the 42 earlier who backed in the wall. I mean, that thing is so close to chattering around.
That was a crash that didn't happen, but yet he's gained more ground on Ryan Blaney.
He's got to step it up, right, if he's going to get this pass done. So he's asking his car, I need more speed from you. I'm going to have to drive you a little harder, but the car currently won't let him do it.
The right rear tire says, no, buddy. I'm doing all I can do back here.
Inside the final 10 laps. If you'd asked Josh Berry when he was sideways after getting accidentally tagged by Shane Van Gisbergen on lap 82, would you be in the hunt for a win today? He may have said, I don't think so. But what a drive it's been. What a group effort from the 21 of the Wood Brothers.
Now, I believe these softer tires are they're throwback tires. They have a memory, Jeff, like your time and my time. And I think that slide from the 21 has hurt the rears. They're now hot. They're slippery. It slows the car down. Josh has to take a breath, try to get them to, and they may not cool down. But this isn't like them raw car tires we've seen over time. I love the way these softer tires race. I think that's what we've seen here today. Cars slipping and sliding.
And that's important for Blaney to understand as well as he starts to gap Berry is don't ask too much of your race car. Don't make the tire mad.
Practice runs usually don't lie. And yesterday in practice, Ryan Blaney looked so good, so consistent, so fast. And that's materialized into him leading for 108 laps today. And he's 7.5 laps from home, from winning for the first time here in New Hampshire.
Blaney, a playoff driver. Berry, a non-playoff driver. Byron in third, doing what needs to be done for his 2014. You see 46 above. Then behind him, Logano. A great day for Logano. Chase Elliott stayed out on the caution, much like Josh Berry, currently running 5th. He might lose a spot to Bell, who's coming on 4 tires, but I think after the poor qualifying run for the 9, they have to be very happy with the overall performance.
Right there, 27th to 5th. That is an epic day for Chase Elliott. He knew it was going to be tough, but boy, went about it in a workmanly fashion. Alan Gustafson and the 9 team, superb effort.
The caution.
You look down the playoff leaderboard further, you see Hamlin, plus 26. He's recovered some from that bad restart. Briscoe also, he's up 6 spots right here, this 19 car. Briscoe.
Quick shout out to the Spire Motorsports teammates, Michael McDowell, Carson Hocevar, running in the top 10 and keeping the Southern 500 winner out of the top 10. There's Briscoe on the right of your screen. There's McDowell in the Gamebridge, 71. Trying to chase down Ross Chastain for 8th.
Also a little bit further back, Todd Gilliland, Noah Gregson in the top 20 having good runs. Austin Dillon 13th, Kreese 14th.
This race has had a little bit of everything. It has the Gibbs conversation that's may happen between the 54 and the 11. That's going to have to be talked about. We've seen Blaney lose some track position, been able to drive his way back through.
Can we request open mics for that meeting?
Oh boy.
Look, this ride from Blaney and Barry both have been the fastest two race cars on the track for most of the day. Barry's trying to get the most out of his car. That was so much fun to watch. A little bit older tire. He was just going for it. And it's just fun to see drivers put their cars on the edge trying to make something happen. And we've seen Blaney leading races with 1 or 2 to go and not win them. It's never over till they drop the checker.
It was an extremely tough start to the year for Ryan Blaney, with non-finishes and just things not going his way. Nashville, when he got that first win on the season, was a considerable turning point. And especially the last 9-10 races have been epic. His consistency has been amazing. That win at Daytona, those final 2 laps. If you haven't seen the onboard, go online and check it out. It's amazing how he won that race. And now he's within 2 laps, just over 2 miles, from winning for the first time at New Hampshire Motor Speedway.
Yeah, Josh Berry behind him is now fallen back to almost a second. I think the big power slide into turn 3, just that was it. The rear tires, the last bit of life or advantage they had went away.
One lap to go, presented by Credit One Bank. It has been a day dominated by the Team Penske Fords. Joey Logano led 147 laps. Blaney, after he completes this circuit, it'll be 116, and it'll be the victorious one. Are we watching the beginning of a championship campaign for Ryan Blaney to become a 2-time NASCAR Cup Series champ? It sure looks like it today. From practice to the front row to victory lane, Ryan Blaney wins in New Hampshire for the first time.
Hell yeah, fellas. God, I'm exhausted. Thank you, guys. What a weekend, man. Congratulations. Thanks, guys.
And that was an awesome battle too, with the satellite team, the Penske Associated team of Wood Brothers. Josh Berry, well done. Quite the comeback. Awesome day.
I'll have to stay rested the next 2 weeks, but not much to worry about. I'll still go racing though, but really proud of everybody, man. Thank you, guys.
How much can happen in a week? Last week at Bristol, Ryan Blaney's nephew got on the radio and shocked him, scared him. It surprised him. And this week, he locks himself into the round of 8, winning. And Jonathan Hassler, his crew chief, will be delighted. That was all business.
The Broom Man.
Guys, I think we got quite a bit to unpack in the Progressive post-race show.
Can't wait.
That was a good day.
That was a really good race. Never know. Steve and I were talking before the race, what did we expect? And we came to the conclusion we didn't know what to expect.
No.
And they proved it once again.
Although the one thing we did have picked was that this car would be really fast. Yeah, now by no means that guarantee a win, but sometimes the fastest cars do win races. That's, I believe, what happened today. The 21 maybe at times was better, but I believe this right here, this number 12, Menard's Ford, that Penske stable. It was the talk of the town, talk of the garage in practice. He backed it up. And you remember they showed their head first. Remember when they were the first to pit last? Before that last portion. But that strategy worked for the 12th team. Great for Jonathan Hassler, great driving from Ryan Blaney. And Menard's Ford is going to victory lane for the 3rd time this year. His nephew on the radio last week said Uncle Ryan win. Well, he didn't
didn't in Bristol, but he did today here in New Hampshire.
Welcome to the round of 8. Ryan Blaney advances in his first shot to do it. Here in the round of 12 at New Hampshire, Josh Berry made it early, but Ryan Blaney and the 12 team get to celebrate in front of the packed house here at the Magic Mile. Biggest win of the season for this 12 team. Man, hey, look at the checker flag. You fans make some noise for that. You already found a Ryan Blaney fan right there. Got the checkered flag to her. Boy, Ryan, how about Josh Perry there? How concerned were you over those final 3 laps?
Yeah, hardest 20 laps that I drove. I was trying to kind of mind my stuff and kind of hold Josh a little bit, and he really started coming. I started getting super free, and it was all I could do to hold him off and try and do lanes. And that was good racing and clean racing. And appreciate Josh for not throwing me the bumper when he could have. But what a cool day, what a cool weekend. Super fast car all weekend. So can't believe the 12 boys. They're unbelievable. Really image strong, good playoffs, and it's great to get a win. First race of this round. So appreciate Menards, Lemon, Ford, Rush Yates engines, Dixon Imaging body armor, Wabash, Great Sonic Works, everybody who makes this possible. And thank you guys for being here. Really appreciate it.
Was it part of you kind of mentally saying to Josh, hey, you're my teammate, don't race me this hard?
Oh no, I expected him to go out and try to win the race. I knew he wasn't gonna play over for me, but I figured we were gonna get. I didn't think I was gonna get the bumper, So we raced just super clean, but I would do the same if I was ready to go try to win the race. So that's what this thing was all about, and luckily, gosh, it just hung on a little bit better than it is. But for a while, it was stressful and worn out. But overall, what a cool weekend, and look forward to going to Kansas next week.
So Lee just mentioned it a moment ago. Your nephew told you a week ago, hey, Uncle Ryan, go win one for me. Is it okay for Uncle Ryan to deliver 1 week later?
Yeah. I might have him get on the radio more often, but yeah, happy. I know Olivia and Bodie are watching, so buddy, we did it a week later, but I'm happy we could do it.
In front of all these fans here in New Hampshire, Ryan Blaney gets his first ever win here in the Northeast, and he's on to the round of 8.
Pushed hard too, and that just gets us going to talk a whole lot more about this 1-1 301 from New Hampshire with the Progressive post-race show coming up. Maybe there is something in it when he grows that beard and he just gets faster and better and the results keep coming. Ryan Blaney and Team Penske, they win in the round of 12, Ford's first victory in the playoffs. We've got a lot to talk about coming up. Post-race show next.
We're all around.
Before taking Restream for my COPD, I had bad days. Days ruined by flare-ups. It could permanently damage my lungs. Then, I talked to my doctor about Restream, and I noticed things changed. Restream gave me better breathing.
Still there.
Starting within 5 minutes, my lung function improved. Restream also helped improve my symptoms, and was even proven to reduce flare-ups, including those that could send me to the hospital. Now, I worry less about bad days and enjoy more good days.
Restream won't replace a rescue inhaler for sudden breathing problems. It is not for asthma. Tell your doctor if you have a heart condition or high blood pressure before taking it. Don't take Restream more than prescribed. Restream may increase your risk of thrush, pneumonia, and osteoporosis. Call your doctor if worsened breathing, chest pain, mouth or tongue swelling, problems urinating, vision changes, or eye pain occur. Can't afford your medication? AstraZeneca may be able to help.
Ask your doctor about Restream for COPD.
Welcome to the NASCAR America Post-Race Show, presented by Progressive. And here we are, capping off a beautiful weekend here in the Northeast, in New Hampshire, with a thriller of a race. It had a little bit of everything, and it sets up a a revised point structure and highlighted in blue as Ryan Blaney is the first winner in the round of 12. He is confirmed into the round of 8.
Only one guy not worried about the mobile. That's Ryan Blaney. But, you know, I think look further down. This is, I believe, for 2311, Anderson, Druckwell, Austin Cindric, the Penskes. They were all fast. He just wasn't able to execute it today.
Well, the guy who chased the winner all the way home with a brilliant comeback drive after a spin was Josh Berry. He's with Dylan Welsh.
Second place result today for Josh Berry, and that doesn't even really tell the whole story. It was a hard-fought battle for you guys today, but given the last few weeks, I know it's not a win, but does this feel pretty close to what you guys wanted to come in and do today?
Yeah, no, it's definitely an awesome day. Had a really good car. Hats off to Ryan at the end. You know, all of our cars were really strong, and yeah, Ryan did a great job there. I was honestly surprised. I was a little worried when he got around me as quick as he did, but it kind of seemed like it leveled out, and I was able to keep him honest at least at the end. But all in all, Miles, his whole team done a great job. We were down a set of tires after the spin, so I think it kind of forced our hand. We didn't want to take our last rights at least that early, with that many laps left. But we still made the most of it. So just hats off to everybody, Wood Brothers, Team Penske, Motorcraft, Quickly, Dex Imaging, Hero, Ford Racing. Just things to finish second. But I mean, after the last couple weeks, it feels really good. This is definitely what we're capable of, and here's the leading number.
In the moment, had you given or did you give any thought to how you would race Ryan if you got to it?
I mean, I was going to race him, but yeah, it's definitely a tough situation. You got to take care of him, right? I mean, but that's how I try to race anyway. Yeah, I mean, these restarts and stuff, I try to do the best I can and be smart. It's tough out there sometimes, but yeah, I mean, I was going to race him hard with me.
Spoken like a true short track race. Great day for Josh Berry and the Wood Brothers.
Third place finish for William Byron, his first career top 10 in New Hampshire. Kind of hard to believe. What questions were you and the team able to answer that you had here today?
Yeah, it was a good day. I mean, it was a good day overall. I felt like a lot of things, that we've just kind of been building on the short tracks were working for us, and I feel like this place has always been tricky for me in the Cup car. I feel like the other series were good, but this place in the Cup car has been tough on us. So, just trying to build, little bits here and there, and I just felt like we could really stack runs together. We had a couple weak runs in stage 1 and started stage 2, but then once we kind of got that out of the way, I felt like we were really strong. So, Penske guys were super fast. They were kind of in another zip code, but I felt like other than that, we were really competitive, and just really proud of our team, Raptor, Chevrolet. If we can just build on this, I think all of our short tracks are starting to kind of come together.
You stacked some points today, plus 47 as you enter Kansas next week. What kind of breathing room did that allow the team?
I mean, it's no breathing room, because you got to go out there and execute every week. You got to keep your foot on the gas in this deal. So it's hopefully we can go to Kansas and be up front contending for a win, and then then you go to the Rumble and you can just kind of have that one where you can kind of reset. But yeah, I mean, you just got to take it 1 week at a time. Definitely wasn't expecting to be this strong here, so hopefully we can go to Kansas and be really good.
Podium finish here for William Byron in the 2014.
Yeah, that's always positive to hear, isn't it? Not expecting to be this strong here. First top 10 at New Hampshire for William Byron, and sets up well in the big picture scheme of things. Walking in closely, Dippy, Jeff Burton, Steve Lazar. Jeff, for you first, let's jump back to Ryan Blaney. Was that a championship-style drive from him today?
Yeah, it really was. And, the main thing is they took advantage of the advantage they had. So many times you see the fastest car not win the race. They didn't give the race away. They didn't make mistakes on pit road. They did everything they needed to do on a day they had the fastest car. And I would say also, if you did back in the field, a lot of other guys did too. Everybody came into this race knowing the Penskes were the fastest. So how do you manage your day when you have that situation? You just don't make a bad situation worse. And I think a lot of teams actually did that.
So the Toyota domination was broken, Steve. Ford's first win of these playoffs, other than Blaney, who caught your attention.
Well, I really think William Byron said it best. I had this racetrack circled as a concern for the Hedge Motorsports camp. They had a down round of 16, if you believe it. They lost 48 out of the playoffs. But I thought the 24 had what you call the most block and tackle day possible. He definitely didn't have the speed, much like you said, he was beat. But he didn't let being beat take them out of the race. He ran well. He scored the third most points all day long. And this is going to sound crazy, but there was a glimpse of the old Kyle Larson for a few laps there. He drove up and took the lead. We haven't seen that in quite some time. give some excitement to the 5 team.
Also, let's give a shout out to Chase Elliott for maybe the comeback day other than Josh Berry, considering where he started now. But there's discussions going on here. Chris Gabehart, side camera, Coach Joe Gibbs in the distance with the red jacket on, and Denny Hamlin not pleased. Those discussions are only just beginning with that contact between himself and Ty, and there's going to be maybe not everybody on the same page. We're guessing we'll hear from Denny next.